I'm so cynical that I'm automatically assuming every chance this company can to take the piss out of its fucking fans, they're going to.
The trailers of each edition are this epic, amazing product basically all by itself that everybody marvels at, and they're just really really cool cinematics. Are they hinting at something? Maybe, but do they want us to be very excited? Yeah, for sure. I mean, that's for sure. Out of this whole discussion, several things came out. So let's actually read Tsunami first what Chainsword said to me, that little snippet that I sent you. Let's first read that, his position overall on the trailer, and then we're going to read the tweet that we see here on screen and the replies of the tweet. And we are going to discuss.
From Empress's DMs, Chainsword, I quote, "My take on the whole trailer is that there's a lot of decide for yourself in it. Most of it is artistic depiction, and most people shouldn't take it literally. It's designed that way. In the lore, it's purposely vague how much the Emperor cares and how much he intervenes. Sometimes he's shown as uncaring about individual lives and only concerned with humanity as a whole, while in some novels, he's depicted as granting temporary powers to humans. Whether those powers truly come from the Emperor or are simply a manifestation of faith is left open to interpretations. A lot of what's in the trailer is inspired by many sources, sometimes earlier Warhammer material, sometimes other artistic works, like Christ Crowned with Thorns by Guido Reni, as you've probably already seen. Is Bo right? No idea. It's his interpretation. It could be true, or it could not be. I think that was the purpose of the trailer, to let people interpret it in their own way. Or, as the cynical side of me would say, they probably just did shit because it looked cool and didn't think about it that much, and all those things are unintentional."
Okay, so I just want to say that Bo, we were referring to Marshall Bohemoth. So basically, I was asking Chainsword, what do you think of Marshall's take? Because he said that the Emperor mourns basically all the guardsmen, and it's proven by this trailer. And I'm like, what are you talking about? How do we know from the trailer that the Emperor mourns every single guardsman? That's kind of ridiculous to me. So that's why Chainsword said that is his interpretation. Fine, I just don't see enough there to even think about this, let alone say that is the case.
I never thought about this.
Yeah, I never thought about this looking at, watching the trailer. So that's something that maybe is irrelevant. But the point is actually, what is relevant is that everybody has their own interpretation, even to the smallest details, I guess. But now let's take a look at what Chainsword says, because he comes from a place where a lot of people just come to his head, and they're just blasting him with their opinions. So this prompted him to write this tweet. So yeah, Tsunami, take it away.
From Chainsword on Twitter, "I don't get it. I mean, I get that the 11th edition trailer was cool, but suddenly leftists are like, wow, a few shots of the warp. Haunting. You motherfuckers never read a 40k book or seen a warp depiction? Then they see the Emperor and go, wow, he moved. Oh wow, he is a corpse. Imagine how heartbreaking it is to see him like this. Well, he's been like this since the 90s. Then wokes are like, wow, you will not be missed. It's GW dog whistling to the chuds so they know GW hates them. Yeah, about that. It's an original line from Rogue Trader. I get that some people are newcomers, but remember, when Leviathan was supposed to come back, and it was supposed to be this huge thing, well, nothing happened. Shit's the same as ever. Gotta give it to GW. They know how to produce hype from a total nothing burger.
Yeah. So basically, he says that maybe nothing's gonna come out of this, and they are just producing hype. Sometimes that is true. What to tell you guys, I'm personally waiting for Pandemonium. This is a Dan Abnett book that was delayed a lot. I mean, it's like in the middle of the year, it's still not out. It's supposed to come out at the beginning of this year or something like that. It's supposed to connect to the universe that Henry Cavill is building. I mean, something that has to do with the story is in this book, according to earlier reports, of course. So take it with a huge grain of salt. But that is what is given as a reason for this book to be delayed, because they have to make sure that they have the lore figured out, or some aspects that relates to this book. So what the heck is in this book? That's the That's the question. So maybe we could be excited about what was going to happen. It's a mystery. Is the Emperor going to come back? Probably not. But I did read most of the latest books, and I do have to finish some for sure. From what I gathered, and I'm an extremely good in terms of analyzing literature, it's just one of my specialties, they are going towards something that will happen with the Emperor. For sure, they are going towards something. Are they going to actually capitalize on it and actually say what it is? Who knows? But they are. There are several breadcrumbs and scenes in different books where the Emperor is doing something interesting, like the Gilliman series of books, in which he saves Gilliman's life at the end. I give that as an example because it was a major thing. He was poisoned by the god blight from his lovely brother, Mortarion, of course, sent there by Nurgo to do horrible things. And Gilliman was so hurt, he was started to disintegrate, literally, because that god blight thingy is made to kill Primarchs. From that horrible state of decaying and disintegrating while still alive, the Emperor brought Gilliman to the warp. He spoke to him, he showed him different things, and he literally recovered his body fully, and he was able to defeat Mortarion, and Mortarion fled to the warp or whatever happened there. I read that book like maybe 3 years ago by this point, but that was an amazing scene. And the Emperor does speak to some particular people in the books, and it seems like he is recovering his power, and that plot line with the Star Child that's still out there, that was touched upon in The End and the Death, part 1, 2, 3, basically saying, hey, the Emperor had to fight with Horus, and he really loves his son. He should release all of that love and good qualities that held him back, and he has to be brutal, and he has to really find the strength to kill his son if he must. So he released that part of himself as a separate entity or energy, and he sent it to the warp. And now 10,000 years later, when we think about this trailer that we saw, this entity, this Star Child that is a part of the Emperor, is a thing of its own, that if that thing connects to the Emperor, maybe that will be the life force that brings him to life. But that is just, of course, a theory. They set this up, GW set this up long time ago. It seems that maybe this is the way, but maybe it isn't the way. We don't know. It's like all up in the air. So for now, it just looks very interesting, and that's what we can say. A lot of loose ends. And we had another conversation with Chainsword about that. We differ in terms of our tastes in 40k. He likes, humans and, smaller stories about different human characters, more like than the other things, but we both can agree that...
Based.
What, Tsunami?
Based.
Okay, I like those stories, and I like the humans. I like the heart of them. Their hearts and how they can do amazing things just because they have sheer determination. But also the bigger characters that made Build 40k and make it popular as it is, they also should be there. So we acknowledge those things. We both of us acknowledge those things. But he has his preference towards the smaller characters, and I have my preference towards the bigger characters. But that's literally a matter of preference. And that's it. We totally agreed on that.
In Warhammer 40, not 30, do you want to see the Primarchs come back? Do you want to see the Emperor come back? Your personal, opinion.
My personal desire as a fan, yeah, I do like some Primarchs to be back, but only loyalist Primarchs to me are back, and that's a long discussion again, because only loyalist Primarchs count as being back. The other Primarchs are alive, and they were in the story all this time. The fact that they sometimes write about them, sometimes they don't, that doesn't mean that they're not back. They have been there. They're there. So I do not count Demon Primarch that are always there since the 30k as back.
Right.
I don't care about them at all, and they're just bad. That's it. Now the big problem that everybody has is with loyalist primers coming back, and for those loyalist primers that make sense and they have a mystery about them and they did not die, we just don't know what happened to them, it makes sense that they could come back because the door is not closed there at all. So to me, I do want that. Emperor to do anything, I do want that. Yeah, that's my personal preference.
So you would like to see Primarchs fighting the fucking the loyalist Primarchs fighting the demon Primarchs.
Yeah, I would like to see them fight all kinds of demons and stuff like the lion fought Angron. All of that stuff is cool as hell. Yeah.
I want to see Rus using his axe and the
Yeah.
spear.
And to see, the badass custodian out there, Constantine Valdor, and what he's doing, because it's a huge mystery about him too.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he has one spear, the same spear that Lemon Rus had,
Lemon Rus had,
and
yeah.
there's a mystery there too. That's interesting. I mean, to me, that's interesting. That's
Yeah.
Tsunami.
Nothing. You answered the question. I have thoughts. If you want to hear them, like that's fine. But like, you answered the question. People now know your stance. I was reading a lot of stuff about this, and I think that I've seen people that are on your side of the equation, and I've seen people that are on the other side of the equation. One of the biggest things that I saw that I really like was that there's like a mystery going on in the 40K universe. Things have been lost. We don't know about them. This is just the way shit is. And by introducing Primarchs and the Emperor and everything else again, it feels like, all right, here we go, round 2, heresy. Instead of it being like, we created an entire mythology from the gods, aka whatever you want to call them, like the original fucking 20 crew. But anyways, and now the world's split, and this is how people are dealing with things, and this is the time for new heroes to be risen. I thought that was really interesting, and I feel like they are on a new cycle of, yeah, that's all fucking well and good. Let's go back to the good stuff. We need to do more Primarch stuff. And I'm not such a huge fan of that. That's it.
Okay, I just don't see it that way. I think that people are very cynical about, and they forget how literature should go, and they forget that there's many loose ends that are never finished. So, from standpoint of writing books and lore, you are doing extreme disservice if you do not finish some of the stories that should be finished. And there are so many of them, and just start something new with never answering the old questions like why am I even invested in this? I want to see some things being finished and concluded. Why would I be interested in new heroes? I'm not connected to those people. It's like DC Marvel stuff. You introduce me, to the kids and to the cousins of the left cousin. I don't care. I want to see the original characters, original heroes. That's how I look at it, at least. And who's going to replace a Primarch? There's almost nobody from that stature. There's amazing Space Marines that can do wonders, and more power to them. But that's not the same as a freaking Primarch. They're different. They have a different aura. They inspire the people. They inspire everybody. Just so different.
Yeah.
So different. So I'm
So
drawn
the
to
whole
that.
40K thing for you, like Warhammer 40K in general, is really just about the original Primarchs.
I mean, 40K is about what built 40K, which is the Emperor and the Primarchs, and everything after that is after that. It's not the core of it. The core is what started
but
it.
I'm asking, like, the most important thing to you is it's the 20 Primarchs and the Emperor. That's all you want to know.
That it's not all I want to know. Again, I care about
No, that's,
the other things.
I'm sorry,
but-
phrasing. Sure. I just wanted to make sure that I understood it correctly. Yes, I got it now. Thank you.
Okay. And Logan, how are you feeling about this?
I pretty much feel the same way. I as much as I like Ragnar Blackmane, they kind of need those there. I mean, for
I was
example, I
about
want
to
to
ask.
see him. Who?
That was a big question for me with you. Is Ragnar Ragnar Blackmane?
No,
Because I know you're a Space Wolves guy,
Yeah,
and I was wondering, like, is he going to be overshadowed by Lehman Russ?
well, I mean, one is more important. I mean, he's the old father for them, so I have no problem with that. Because I also like this as much as any other one. Much like I love Wolverine, but hell, when Superman is there, who is better? That's the thing. Who is the bigger character? And for me, that will be this. And I want to see where he was actually. We know nothing. As the Empress said, we know nothing. Where is he? What is happening? What happened there where he was?
So I'm going to ask the last question because this is exactly in line with the conversation that I was having. Is revealing the mystery going to wreck a lot of 40K for people?
No, to me, it's going to
make it richer.
Yeah.
If you ask me, yes.
I mean, why don't we treat 40K like we treat anything else? If you read a comic book and all of a sudden they drop everything, Superman is stranded on a planet, and you just start, the same universe, but you just start talking about other things, about the left shoe of Mr. and Mrs. Spitalik.
Jonathan Kent.
And Jonathan
His
Kent's
son.
left.
Nobody cares about.
Yeah, and you're like, again, okay, guys, okay, these stories are well written, but what the heck happened with Superman stranded on that planet? Everybody is going to be like, hey, DC, what are you doing? Why are you focusing on these side stuff more than the main story
thing,
arc
the
and the
main
main heroes? What's happening? So if this was any other universe, everybody is going to be lifting their little pinkies. But for Warhammer, everybody are like, oh, orcs and commissars only, please, and don't bring anybody because it's gonna wreck the setting. How? How is going to wreck the setting? This is literature thing. It's lore. You cannot leave so many loose ends that go on and on and on for the past almost 40 years now. It's crazy. Like, just the point that Chainsaw was making here, that nothing has changed. He's still dead. The Emperor's still dead for so many years. He moved a little bit. Oh, gosh. Probably he's not gonna leave anything. That's how this is disappointing, because nothing happens. Nothing happens.
Yeah.
Everything moves so slow. We're all going to be dead and buried, and there's still going to be the Emperor probably at the Golden Throne, and one Primarch every 10 years we're gonna show, and everybody's gonna, cry about it? Are you kidding me? We're never gonna see the end of this anyway. If that's not grimdark, I don't know what is. I want something to happen. I want the bigger characters, at least some of them that make sense to come back, to
those
be back.
that make sense indeed. Yeah.
Because now, for the last
in the
3
end-
years, we're waiting for freaking Lion to talk with freaking Gilliman. So,
The longest
So in
talkie
the end,
ever.
you want the war, and you want another Battle of the Gods. That's what you want.
no, I just want the plot to move forward and interesting thing to happen. Both Primarchs get together, come up with a plan, go fight somewhere as brothers. That's gonna be interesting, cool stuff to see. They have differences. How are they going to solve these differences? There's stuff like that. I don't need like a huge war in heaven again, but there's so many things that could happen until a bigger thing happens. So many interesting things can happen. I mean, it's there's no ceiling to what could be written. That's 40K. That's why it's 40K.
Indeed.
Could write about whatever it is until you get to something big. I don't think we're ever gonna get to something big anyway. That big is War in Heaven. I don't think so. So, to that, if you want to read from Gaden Robinson, if you don't have anything to add, feel free.
Quote, people are excited for new things in the hobby they like. Better make this a left versus right issue for no fucking reason. What a monumentally retarded takeaway from a new edition trailer, Lamau. Chainsword says, maybe it's because all those dumb takes don't come from newcomers, but from performative, well-known, woke tourists who constantly bring politics into the hobby and act like they represent the fandom, while at the same time treating everything as if it's something new? Question mark. Grims jumps in with, you are literally engaged in this hobby at this point solely for its culture war engagements. It's all you ever feel the need to talk about. Chainsword responds with, I've been engaged in this hobby long before wokes called SJWs. Wow. Youngster. But nice try though. I just sulk in a corner and let leftards push politics and never talk about it because it's wrong to call it out when leftists do it. It's only acceptable to call out when people oppose wokes. Grims continues with makes post taking the shit out of a non-existent straw man. That's interesting. And then goes on to say you exist in your corner. Your only engagement with this hobby now is solely engaging in this pointless, meaningless crusade. It's meaningless because plenty of tourists are on the right. Chainsword continues with, here is your non-existent straw man. I literally quoted people from Twitter.
Oh boy.
I don't know if you want to show that.
Oh yeah. New 11 trailer is out, showed some other factions, but they basically showed the Emperor 10 out of 10 trailer. They used the you will not be missed at the end too, okay? And then is this, which you have to read that.
But as older fans than me already know, it's not new at all. This passage was part of the original version of 40K's opening scroll, way back in the game's first edition Rogue Trader in 1987. It's why GW signed off with, you will not be missed, and its famous, if understated, Warhammer is for everyone, anti-hate statement in 2020. The firm likes to say real-world things using its in-universe lore wordings whenever possible. That sentence doesn't appear in the version of the scroll printed, the new 11th edition core rulebook, or the newcomer focused Combat Patrol Companion. Its inclusion here, in a free video that's already been viewed by 1.4 million people and will be seen by many more in coming years, is absolutely a deliberate move. In one sense, choosing to close the trailer with the key phrase, "You will not be missed," feels like a thinly veiled promise to engaged fans that the socials post sentiment is still baked into GW's view of its own setting. In other words, that GW is still committed to ejecting people guilty of prejudice, hatred, or abuse from the hobby. That'd be good, but forgive me if I remain cynical on that point.
Okay, so this is what Chainsword gave as an example. And lastly, because we don't have a lot of time, let's read this terminally online leftist comment.
Jesus Christ.
You dumb fuck, that's from Rogue Trader. You're making this a culture war thing where there isn't one. Another illiterate. Then Wokes are like, wow, you will not be missed. It's GW dog whistling to the Chuds, so they know GW hates them. Yeah, about that. It's an original line from Rogue Trader.
And the bullshit continues here with some guy with a trans flag on it.
I'm going to ask right now, because I see this two ways. Honestly, I do. Does she have a point? Knowing what you know about GW right now, are they doing this on purpose? And even if not, like, she's just doing engagement farming, that's fine. I understand it. But from the way that GW has treated the fans, is this really that far away from the realm of possibility that this is what they meant to do? And they did it in the boundaries that they have available to them. You will not be missed. That's the line we're fixated on. The argument, so we can go ahead and frame this correctly for people that are not understanding that this person is throwing out there is, hey, this is GW saying bye Chuds and Chainsword's fighting against it. But you haven't really commented on what do you think about them 11 editions later. It's actually 12, but anyways, 12 editions later, wow, you will not be missed. Why are they doing this? What do you think of it? Do you think it means something? Or do you think they're just giving a fucking nod that this shouldn't be thought of much at all? Based on female custodies and everything else that you know, Primaris Marines, Terminus decrees and everything else. I'm just curious.
I honestly don't think that they're trying to say anything.
I think it's just a reference.
Yeah, I think just a nostalgia thing. I don't think that they're going after fans by saying that they will not be missed. I don't think it's a jab this time. I really don't. By everything that I seen, the whole thing was about nostalgia. The whole trailer, it was old Warhammer vibes. The whole throughout. That's why the whole monologue and what it said. It's like classic Warhammer. Everything. So, and this is just a part of
that's
it.
a classic word.
I just don't think that it's a jab. Yeah.
Like,
what do you
think?
think?
Piece. I'm just giving. What do I think?
Yeah.
No, This is leftist. Obviously, I could go fucking fly off on the fucking handle. This is the same company that are like, female custodians were always a thing. The people that are in charge over there right now are absolutely fucking taking shots all the time. And I don't know, maybe 10, 15 years ago. What is it? 15 years ago, not 10. 10 years ago, Donald Trump was fucking a thing. So everyone decided to take sides. 15 years ago, this statement would have been like, guys, what are we talking about here? Like, they're just using the old school shit. It's a thing. Now, I feel like these companies are taking the piss every chance they fucking get. And GW is starting to feel the pressure, but they haven't gotten it yet. It's going to take something a lot bigger than this. I feel absolutely like they're taking a shot at fans.
This time I just don't think that. Just based on the trailer.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, based on the trailer, it could be just the nostalgic thing.
I mean, that's
I don't trust.
Just classical line that is there.
Yeah, agree to disagree.
Yeah,
but,
hopefully it's just that.
At this point in time, I'm glad you guys are more hopeful. I feel like this company loads people like me, people like Chainsword, people like you guys. They load them, and they're doing everything in their fucking power to, fingers crossed, pray to fucking Moloch or the rain or whatever the fuck it is they pray to, and hope for a new audience that's going to come in and play their fucking tabletop games. Hey guys, you like Barbies? Come play with our Barbies. Get the fuck out of here, GW. You guys better get your fucking shit together, in my opinion, because the audience that you think's out there, it's not fucking there. Even if you guys fucking succeed with Amazon, your tabletop game will fucking is only going to be the chuds and the other fucking loser neckbeards that fucking play this with their girlfriends named, I don't know, Naya or whatever the fucking weirdos that are fucking out there. And the only reason why is because you guys are fucking like mid bitches that fucking finally recognize you can be treated like a goddess if you walk into a stinky fucking GW fucking tabletop fucking place where everyone's gonna go and slob your fucking knob because you're better than Quasimodo. The end.
Okay,
Good end. On that
that's
note,
funny.
yeah.
That's funny. But the other point that I have and why I do not think that this time this is a jab, it's again because the whole trailer was made with a lot of nostalgia and people complained that Warhammer is no longer grimdark, and that has been going on for a lot of time, and now they made it grimdark. And what is the worst, most horrible thing that you can say to somebody that's invested, I mean, as a soldier inside of Warhammer? Well, you will not be missed, although you did so much and you gave your life, and you will not be missed. That's the grimmest, darkest thing that you can ever say to dedicated soldiers of the Imperium in general. As you can see, everybody has like their different interpretation.
Yeah,
Marshal
yes.
Bohemian thinks that the Emperor mourns every single guardsman. I think, what? Where did you come up with that? So at least, you know what I'm saying, everything that the trailer is literally a bunch of nostalgia and grimdark. So it feels more like they wanted to give to people what they were complaining about, what they were missing, and not, hey, I'm just gonna take a jab at you and tell you that you're not gonna be missed. I mean, we know that they hate us and whatever, but this time it really looks like they tried to turn the ship a bit towards the old direction, because they digged really in old archives of Warhammer to make this trailer and to touch upon the things that people are excited about. And many people got into the lore because of the Emperor, actually, because of the fascination around him and that story and that mystery. And they focused on him finally. Like one of the most successful videos on YouTube for 40K are about the Emperor.
Yeah.
By the way, every time that I did something about the Emperor before, I got like the most views. So I think they're just, I mean, I'm just thinking from this side. That's what I'm saying. Could be, it could be both. It could be, you know, wanting to say to the
You're
fans.
really nice.
What?
You're a really nice person.
Oh, God.
I'm not being nasty. I'm literally saying, like, I'm so cynical that I'm automatically assuming every chance this company can to take the piss out of its fucking fans, they're going to. And you're being very courteous and nice. And so I'm saying, well, you're a very nice person. Personally, I think it's a bunch of fucking full of male feminist pussies, uggo fucking women that they have to fucking go home to, and uggo women they're fucking like giving into, let alone their fucking gay boyfriends, tranny fucking weirdos, and all the other fucking freaks that are affecting this fucking space. What they should do is Black Templar it the fuck up, get out there, get back to what the fuck you're good at, and slay the Xenos. Filth.
Well, you know, that's Tsunami, that's like the line from He-Man in the end when people will have different interpretation. in a way.
Touche.
Yeah, in a
well.
way. So yeah, we always have different interpretations on that, you know.
Thank you to
My
them.
meaning means exactly what I mean.
Mm.
Fuck
thank
you,
you.
people.
Still thank you for the compliment, but I'm just trying to, I always say what I feel. I'm not gonna get on any bandwagons because I don't feel it inside. I just feel that this is the thing, that maybe it's both things or maybe it's just one thing. But
Maybe it's, yeah.
like right now I just feel that it's just, you know, the nostalgia, and they're trying to cater to like maybe OG fans, and the new fans will not have anything against the cool
What
stuff.
about the female custodies?
Yeah, they forgot about them in
Well,
the trailer,
yeah.
so that's good. So that's good.
Nowhere to be seen.
I mean, if they want to spite us more, they would
oh,
put
they could have put it
they
in
would
there.
put
Yeah.
female custodies there,
Absolutely.
but they didn't.
Could have
So
put a quick shot of custody taking off the
Very
helmet, and it's
furious.
and it's a woman,
Yeah.
and it's a bad-looking woman that looks like just like a man and has the jawline of Millie Alcock.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm not very
Or
nice.
Mary Jane Watson.
What to navigate?
Or Mary Jane from the Spider-Man game.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah,
So
indeed.
that's like one of the things that also, makes me just think that they didn't want to spite us because they could have a lot more obviously as well. Let us know what you think in the comments, of course. We really gotta go, but this is a very interesting topic, so I'm excited to see the future comments that are gonna be under this video. So let me know what you think, guys, in the comments, and thank you so much for watching.
For the Imperium must not fail. Imperium we prevail. The warriors march with sacred might. Their purpose burning crystal bright. To lift the throne world from its plight and guard humanity's light.